What a year it was for the Jacksonville State Gamecocks. Not only did they make it to the ASUN championship final, but they also made it to the WNIT for the first time in Division I program history. To talk about that experience is head coach Rick Petrie about how that can help this year's team and the hunger of his squad. Then shortly after, Amari Martin talks about what she wants to see from herself and the home court environment at JSU.
Well, I think any time that you can get to a point where you haven't gotten before as a program, and for us, getting to the championship game of the league tournament was somewhere we had not been in a long time. And we have 8 of our top 10 players back off of last year's team. So we have 8 players who've had that experience. So now with that, with accomplishment comes confidence that you're capable of achieving in the future. And what we just have to be careful about is that making sure we don't take for granted that success is just going to come without effort. So as long as we understand that that to take the next step, which is to try to win a conference tournament and get to an NCAA tournament, that there's an extra level that we have to reach. And yet getting so close, I think, yields a hunger about wanting to get to that next level. So there's a combination. I think our team is hungry enough. We just have to make sure that we are fully engaged in whatever it takes to get to that next step. Well, I think, again, when you have as many players returning as we do, I think that your hope is that you're going to hit another level. We reached a high last year. For our program, we reached we reached a high in overall wins in the Division I history of the program, 27, 28-year history. Reached a high in conference wins. Reached a high in non-conference wins, tied for a high. So we hit all those highs. So now, there's the hunger that comes with wanting to take the next step, but then there's also the expectation of reaching, can you reach those highs again? And so it's going to be, it's always interesting. The climb for many people, for many teams, is easier than the sustenance, if you will. When you're reaching and trying to gain something, that's one mental approach. But when you've reached just below the top of the mountain, and we didn't get to the top, but when you reach just below the top of the mountain, getting back to that level to get to the top, that can sometimes even be more difficult. So trying to find a way for us to maintain the proper hunger and proper desire and proper willingness to expand ourselves. Who we were last year was good, but clearly it just wasn't quite good enough to get to the top of the mountain. So to make sure that we're enhancing who we are individually, each individual player enhancing who they are, to reach a higher level as an individual, because the better each individual player is, theoretically, the better our team will be. So, and we've added some new people that I think can be helpful for us as well. So, and blending the new with the old is always a challenge for any team going into a season.
Just focusing on ourselves, trying to get better every day. Just going back, trying to fix the little things, and just getting better every day. I think our fans, definitely our band and cheerleaders, play a big role. I think the band get us hype and everything, so definitely the band and our fans.
You can look at all the accolades and the incredible records that Jacksonville State put up last year, all buoyed by the performances that they had on their home floor. A 15-1 record for the Gamecocks at home. Wow. And speaking of wow, look at their non-conference schedule. On the road, 13th of November against Georgia. Then on the road, ETSU on the 17th. And then at home against Samford, the 30th of November. A tough early schedule.